Welcome back. I'm Alex Kramer. It's now time to take a look at your latest business headlines. Well, General Motors will soon fire around 1,700 workers at their Kansas plant. This after the company said just last month they were laying off more than 1,000 salaried employees in software and service units worldwide. Now, General Motors has not yet commented on the details surrounding these latest layoffs. But for help with that and a whole lot more, we're going to welcome in President of Autoworker LLC, Hillary Fordwich. Hillary, okay, so Chinese automakers are really starting to outpace GM, Stellantis, Ford. What's your takeaway on all of these layoffs, and how worried should we be about these Chinese automakers?
Well, you're absolutely right, Alex, about those workers are nearly 1,700, and the first layoff wave starts November 18th. So not a very happy Thanksgiving for those workers. Yes, you're right. The Chinese have absolutely, totally and utterly outpaced U.S. manufacturing. Obviously, while we have government subsidies, we don't have the same sort of backing that the Chinese companies do from the Chinese government wanting to dominate this market. What I think is absolutely ghastly is the situation where we have EV sales have stalled in the US. When you had the Harvard Business Review come out and even have a study quoting that Toyota, and the chairman there is Toyota with a D, has said they're pulling back on EV sales. They're even pulling back. Why? Because after the early adopters jumped in, mainstream buyers aren't buying them. Rental car companies, car manufacturers are pulling back. So this is rather strange that they're moving forward at GM. They last May received $290 to invest in this. I wonder where that money came from.
It is very interesting. Yeah, because EVs, they're not really selling here in the States. And I mean, then you have the Biden-Harris administration really pushing for all these EV mandates. And then when it comes to the auto industry right here in the United States, you know, Trump, when he talked about a bloodbath, which constantly gets misinterpreted, he meant the auto industry. It would be a bloodbath in the auto industry if he does not get elected, especially because of all these Chinese automakers. We will start importing all these Chinese vehicles, and all of these American-made vehicles, these workers will all lose their jobs.
They'll lose their jobs, and ironically, this is the biggest irony, they're also bad for the environment. The damage they do to the roads because they're so heavy, the lithium used in the batteries, what do you do with them when they actually don't work any longer? There's no way. Studies have shown they're actually worse in the long run for the environment.
I have been on my soapbox about that for months now. EVs are not good for the environment. Hillary Fordwich, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure having you on.
Pleasure.